Hello everyone, how are you? Hope you're having a beautiful day and may peace be upon you. If it's just me a couple of seconds, we're going to add my beautiful friend, Ronica. Yes. Um, okay. Okay, there we go. I've sent her the invite. So today we are going to be talking about the secret towards a successful financial roadmap. And my name is Izdihar. I'm a family financial consultant and I help women to take control of their finances. And let me just add Ronica to the camera. Ronica! Using proven solutions. That's what I do. So I help. Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining the
I
live
am doing
today.
well. How are you?
Fantastic. I'm doing fantastic today.
Love the
And
energy.
yes, this is what being a mom is about. Vitality and energy at all times.
I know, I'm learning. I'm learning.
Awesome. So thank you for joining us today. And today I have my amazing and beautiful friend, Ronica here, who is the CPA and the consultants to all the, CPA and accountants to all the consultants and business owners out there. So Ronica, would you be able to give us, share a little bit about yourself and a little bit about what you do?
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for having me today. Hi, everyone. My name is Ronica Brown, and I help consultants to implement tax strategies that will help them save money on their taxes in three different ways. I focus on cash flow, cash tax savings, and also increasing their profit margins by the strategies that they implement. A lot of times when people think about taxes, it's done in a fair or from a reactive standpoint.
Right.
So in order for you to basically save a lot of money, you have to be proactive and you have to implement those strategies. So
Right.
I'm helping business owners to remove all those fears that they have when it comes, to their tax and their financial life, so that they can start saving some money. They can start saving some money and start, keeping a lot more of what they're making.
Fantastic. I love the word saving, even in my field, personal finances. Clients love it. I love it when we save and save and save money. And it's interesting that you say that implementing the strategies, because for me, tax is just, come March, I'll be like, okay, what do I need to do? Ding, ding, ding. This is documents, this is my blah 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 and all that. And but it's interesting, like throughout the course of what you have been sharing, it's a strategy, which means it is implemented not just in March. Is that right, Ronica?
That is right. Hi, baby. Hi. So that's right. I think that where that comes from is just because people are more trained to be employees when it comes to taxes.
Right.
So if you think that, when you're an employee, your boss takes care of everything, there's really not a lot, people that are employees that can do that's going on. But it's kind of like when you transition to a business owner, then you basically takes the role of your boss and being proactive. I pretty much grew up, as I said, I'm a CPA, so I pretty much grew up in a tax planning environment. And I remember when I got my first job, out of college and, was becoming a CPA, my family normally asks me like, what do you guys do all year? How are you going to take that job in a tax department of a corporation? And I said, you just plan all year. That's majority of the year you spend implementing, planning, looking at the numbers, deciding what strategy you're going to implement, what approach, and that's pretty much what tax planning is about. So if you choose option A or B, how much you're going to save, how you can move your money more effectively, and so forth. So I used to get a lot of those questions because I'm the first CPA in my family. So they're just like, tax season is over. Are you going to get laid off or something? So I completely understand, it from that perspective based on those questions that I used to receive from my family. But when you look at it from like a big picture perspective, the big companies, mid-sized companies, they spend their entire year planning to reduce their taxes and to implement strategies, while the small business owners, I feel like they're stuck into the just the routine of filing, when all filing does is just submitting a form. That's basically what it does. So basically after December 31st, there's nothing an accountant or CPA or anyone can do to help you to save on your taxes.
Got it.
Everything has like a December 31st expiration date.
Got it.
The most that you can do is like put some money in an IRA, which is pretty basic. So that's where the proactive part comes in. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. And for those of you who just joined us live, thank you for joining us live, and press 1 if you join us live, and 2 if you're catching up with us on the replay. That is amazing, because honestly, I've been trained. I mean, I've only been in this country for a couple of years, but it's always like February, March. Okay, that's the time where I need to pull in this record and that record, and then obviously submit it for the records. And so that is an absolute ninja secret that we all must know, because it's planning throughout the year and how to exactly and how to move the money. Like you said, if you go on this route, this is what's likely going to happen, or if you go on this route, this is what's likely going to happen. So then, Ronica, what is the most effective strategy that business owners, consultants, or self-employed people can use in terms of getting this ninja move?
When it comes to saving, it all depends on, how much money the person is making. Pretty much, the higher the income is, the more, the more flexibility there is. So each person, and that's why, they always say it's so hard to understand, because it's so different for each person. But the one thing that I can say that, can help, just being, proactive, ask questions, trying to reach out before, that, filing,
expiration.
Once you see that, you start making a certain amount of money, start reaching out and, get more information to say, hey, what can I do before, I get hit with a big tax bill inadvertently, or, you didn't know that you're going to owe so much, or what have you, because it's just some little things that, you can do. Whether it's, changing your entity, moving money to different plans and so forth, that you can do to save. So, so many things are simple. As you start getting up into the higher income range, then that's when you really have to sit down and map out, okay, how much money do I really have, and how am I gonna, move this cash in a way that's gonna save me money, and a way that's actually legal.
That's fantastic. And you mentioned that start being proactive, start to plan. And I'm assuming like there are a lot of people like me who are just starting up and everything, but it's not kind of like, I don't have to wait till I'm like $1 million or anything, right? It's like actually being smart about my circumstances now and being proactive so that I can move forward faster and start savings. So would that be, am I on the right path on that? Especially I'm just starting out,
Exactly. You're definitely right. And then, you can see also, even in your line, helping, business owners, helping women to remove their financial blocks, that you can see that, when you're in a business and you're just ready to work the business, you're just ready, so everything else just goes through the door. So, how do you find time to say, okay, oh shoot, I'm making, 20 or 10 grand a month now, what am I going to do? Taxes are going to come around, or at least, and, one of the things that impact a lot of first time business owners as well is when they get audited. Because, once you start filing a business return, your chances for audit, I think the percentage is now 400, your chances of getting audit increase. And, there isn't a reason why people always think that, okay, it's a specific reason or red flags why you get audited. But I mean, there's not really a big red most of the things that people call red flags, they're not really red flag. It's just basically you're a business owner. They have no records on you, so you just have to go and prove that, you know, the things that, you know, you have, you know, the things that you're reporting is true.
It is basically. Yes, they want to know your credibility and like you're really honest about whatever it is that you're reporting.
You know, even people that, you know, freelancers that are working 1099, you know, they can get into some of those issues because they do file as if they, you know, they own a business. So, you know, so there's, you know, to answer your question, there's not a money limit. You know, you don't have to wait until, you know, you're making, you know, 6 figures or, you know, high, low 6 figures, you know, to start, you know, looking at, you know, what you can start implementing to save, basically.
And to move forward. Okay. So then, Ronica, what are the pitfalls that we need to watch as we going towards success and financial success? What are the pitfalls that we need to watch? Maybe you can give us like a 1 or 2 pitfalls so that we know and we see if it's coming, we can catch it, rectify it, iterate it, and then, you know, transform that.
Let's see, pitfalls. One of the big pitfalls is just not knowing. And, you know, how do you rectify that, you know, and you can see, you know, the same thing is just not knowing. And how do you rectify a pitfall of not knowing unless you go seek information, right? So it's definitely not knowing is the big problem that I see. And, you know, so either, you know, someone catches up real quick and, you know, start, you know, reaching out and getting the right information, or, you know, they get into some issue where it's a required thing for them to do, or they're just tired of, you know, living, you know, invoice to invoice or something like that. So I think is, you know, it's like, how do you start looking for that information now that you know that you're in business, know that you're in a new status, and start reaching out to get information. Like, you know, we're not all skilled at everything, you know, have to, you know, have a marketing coach and all of that. Because, you know, I'm not good at those things. So it's kind of like the same thing, you know, how do you take care of your money? Because, you know, it's not about the numbers, it's about, it's your money, it's your hard earned money. So not knowing is the biggest pitfall, and the only way that I can see to avoid that is to start having those conversations early. And not wait. Know, exactly. Start having those conversations early just to give yourself some basic, you know, information on what to do, what not to do, and just, you know, making sure that, you know, you're, you know, protecting yourself and your business.
Yes, and the money itself, like even when I do with personal finances with women, the not knowing, the lack of clarity, like, it can be fixed. You know, there are solutions to that. And, you know, and when you don't know the numbers, you don't know how much on grocery, you don't know how much on the bills, or, you know, at the end of the day, you know, you're left with almost nothing. You're pulling money from the savings, and your savings getting low, and then you start to feel, you know, impulse buying on it. So it's just not know this is happening, but the pitfall, I think the most important thing is that you see it happening and you don't do nothing about it. That's what you were saying in the sense of the knowing part, right? Reach out as fast as you can. So that it can be helped, it can be transformed. Okay, Ronica, I know you're tired. I know you didn't have a lot of sleep yesterday. So what is your number one advice to all the women, all the moms, all the business owners and entrepreneurs out there to help them be successful?
All the women, all the, I would say planning. Take a little time to look at your money. At least 1 hour a month, look at your money, because that's how you're going to be able to grow it, implement plans to save it, because as it, you know, the saying goes, it's not how much you make, it's how much you're keeping. Look at your money at least once a month. And I'm not even going to say look at your numbers, look at your money, because it's money.
Yes, it is money.
Look at your money.
Hang out with money a little bit, right? You let
exactly.
people
hang
want
out
more
with your
money.
Exactly.
Your best friend. hang out with
Make
the money
your
a
money
little
your
bit.
best friend.
Exactly. They want more money. The woman wants more money, or business owners. They all want more money. I don't know anybody who doesn't want any more money. Like, they all want more money,
Look
but
at
they
your
don't
money.
hang out with money. They don't spend time. They don't ask, hey, how are you doing? Like, even between you and I, how are you? That's great. We kind of like hang out with one another in a way. And that's a fantastic advice, and beautiful advice. Hang out with your money, spend time
and that's
with
the
it.
only way you can see those holes as far as what's going on, what you can reduce, and that will start generating a lot of questions to say, man, why am I overspending here?
Exactly.
Gosh, why am I paying so much on taxes? And and because you have two things. So either you can spend all your time just making the money and then everything
losing
goes
it, yes, and
or
then
you
like
can
a
spend
leak.
your time making money and then keep it everything and don't have those leaks. And then for the moms, I guess I need advice for the moms. I mean, what do you do about not being able to sleep good and still wake up and be performing in business? So and I'm not even completely, I'm still a mom in process. So and, the sleep problem is already kicking in.
Yes, the sleep deprivation is I have it till now. Like, yes, because the body is like kind of automatically adjusted to the nursing and everything, the wake up lists and then the one coughing,
So how old is your youngest child?
My youngest is 4 and my oldest is 7. So don't worry.
And sleep good. Oh my gosh, I love sleep.
And sleep good, but
I love my sleep. Oh my gosh.
You're gonna get this, Ronica. You've got this amazing woman, and you help so many people, and you're gonna be an amazing mom, and your body can take care of it. So yeah. That's okay for now. So thank you so much for joining us.
I'm going to believe all of that.
Exactly. Believe it. Look at me.
Exactly. You look amazing.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna let you go so that you can have a little bit of a break before you start your next activity. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. It's been such a pleasure, and thank you for sharing your wisdom. And may peace be upon you. And take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, my dear. Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye.